Hi everybody, this is Tom at Harborside Marina and Yacht Sales, and once again it is Waypoint Wednesday. Today we're going to be going to the exotic land of Newport, ancestral home of the America's Cup, 1001 things to do. From Clinton to Newport on a 30-knot boat, about a 2-hour trip, so an easy trip. Alright, so as I said before, we're going to be going to Newport today. So as always, we're going to be starting down in Clinton. I recommend for heading up towards Newport, going on the inside of Fisher's Island. Gives you a little bit better protection, you avoid the race. It's also much more interesting, more stuff to look at. So you go in back through here, and then you cut out in between Fisher's Island and Napa Tree. On your way out, you also go past Watch Hill, which is another nice city to go to, and you go past Taylor Swift's house on the cliff right here. Zoom back out, head up the coast a little bit more, and we head into Newport. As I mentioned before, this place is sailing mecca. It was the historical home of the America's Cup for many, many years. In fact, the New York Yacht Club's outside of New York City Clubhouse is in Newport. So yeah, let's zoom in a little bit more. You got Jamestown over here, so if you're looking for somewhere a little bit quieter and cheaper to stay, but you still want to be near Newport, Jamestown is a good place to go. If you zoom in a little bit further, we have Fort Adams State Park right out on the tip here. Really interesting historical place to go to, even when it's just a fort, but also it gets used a lot for different events. Every few years the Volvo Ocean Race comes into town, and they use these docks here, and this whole parking lot gets turned into a race village, and they have a bunch of stuff inside the fort as well. This little spit right here is the Ida Lewis Yacht Club. That's a cool place to stay. They're also co-sponsoring the 12-meter Worlds this summer, which is going to be a really, really big regatta there this summer. Also, the S-Class Worlds are going to be in Newport this summer. So I'm not even going to get into marina pricing this week because there's literally 1,000 places for you to stay, so you can kind of pick and choose as you like. The sort of heart of the sailing scene is right down here at Banisters Wharf. You can tie up there, it's a little bit pricey, but there's a ton of really good restaurants and shops and all that kind of stuff. There's also, if you go a little bit further inland, there's a bunch of restaurants like the Fastnet, which is a historic sailing bar. If you head a little bit further down the coast, down around here, you have IRIS, which is the International Yacht Restoration School. They always have really, really cool restoration projects going on, so you can go in and check all that stuff out. And then obviously Newport being historically a place for the rich and famous and playboys, there's also all the gigantic old mansions to go check out, and you can tour all of those. If you head a little bit further up Narragansett Bay under the bridge, you get, let's see, a little bit further up. Head up here, this is Hinckley's World Headquarters. It's also where they have their Portsmouth Yard. So if you want to go see some very pretty jet boats and sailboats, that's a good place to hang out or get some work done. And I think that's about it. That's a good overview for the stuff to do in Newport. Like I said, there's literally a million things you can do here. You could spend weeks here hanging out doing cool boat-related stuff. But I'll leave that to you. So, I think that's it for today. I'm Tom, I work for Harborside, and I'll see you out on the water.